Today is Monday, October 14th at 9:14 a.m. in the morning. I was just scrolling down a website talking about my incident with the landlord yesterday, and her threatening to blow up the building because I cost her so many expenses. Well, I think it's about 2 years ago. Yeah, I don't go around calling the city on anybody until I give you uh, to-do list letters, what needs to be done, and you sit there and ignore it. Okay, so about 2 years ago, she had a whole lot of fixtures. There was no light in the living room. She had city made her put a light in the living room, and you had to literally build it. And then for the bathroom, she had to put a light switch in there because if anything happened, you would have to climb to the top and tie the string to the little nub groove there, and then be able to pull it on it and pull it up and place it somewhere wasn't safe. And then she had 3 broke windows on the back porch. They went up there and made her fix those windows. And then her windows were so rotten. So she said she'd been here 50 years. She put in windows all around the building. So that's a whole lot of money. I don't know, but I don't own property, but I have a sister who said windows can cost over $2,000 a piece at the least. So she is spending a whole lot of money. But to go on, the roof from the garage pieces was hanging off of it. So when you go out to take your garbage and you get a heavy wind, you don't know how loose that is. You don't want to get knocked upside the head. So basically, what she's saying is, you know how you get a certain age, you want to be with the Lord, but you can't sit and let the place go down because you carry the weight, the burden of the day. Back in the day, you've been here 50 years, you just can't let it go down like that because if you want to do that, you can't rent out to the public because this is a beautiful apartment, but it's like dilapidated. She had too many mice holes, and when you go out on the back porch, it's a 2-flat with 4 apartments. The staircase separated from each other. You can look through the staircase and see the outside. So they came and made her fix that, and they was putting up some kind of wood pillars to rebuild the porch, the garage, and a lot of stuff. So just to put in, well, you mean $20,000 to fix up the building? If my sister's correct, you about spent equal the amount putting in windows. So I'm going to increase the price to $40,000 that my phone calls to the city made to her. Why would I call the city on her? I didn't. I was thankful when I got in here because I wasn't working, but I still had some income. So I had no intentions ever to call the city on her, but to, that storage porch. The pantry window is so thin that when it dropped below zero, I didn't have a refrigerator when I moved in. I put my food on the storage porch in the kitchen pantry, and that sucker was frozen. And it took me 30 days. Like I said, I won't work when I came in. So I was thankful that the kitchen dropped below zero in the winter. But when I got my money together, and I bought me a refrigerator and stove and stuff, I come and fix it. So I was like, well, you approved it, I was, argue with you. So I know how it is. There were times, it looked like they got a struggle on too. Because sometimes they, stuff break down, and they was putting they food too on my porch. So I made it with them. And I never would have called the city or her for her to fix anything, but I got provoked. So, like in this area, there's like 11 churches. You walk this way, that way, that way. So when I first moved in the neighborhood 7 years ago, I didn't know which church to go to, so I visit this one and that one. So as I'm sitting there, don't know these people tit from tat. These people describing my apartment to a T and the painting this and that was nice and put some wood in. Well, excuse me? So while I'm at church minding my own business, I don't know you. I'm just a tenant here. They don't know me, but everybody around here knew each other. She was giving people a tutorial of my apartment. She still does that today. Like I was talking about Mr. Zagals, he contacted me. She even gave him a recent tutorial of the apartment. But she don't know, well, we never married, but he is my original first God-chosen husband. And I don't know how God linked it up. There's an age difference, but every egg in my body belongs to him. But to make a long story short, and that 19-year-old boy that came with him, that's his bike in the front. I knew one day he would return home. That's my son. So he's a state trooper, as I understand. He always worked in law enforcement. I heard him say something about promotion, the level up. Well, You know the spiritual gift stuff, but anyway, he knows where I am. So she didn't let him in. So I can go to him. That's my thing. And she said, I ain't never let nobody in your house. We ain't even got a key. Well, he said you did. Describe the place to a T. So I can go to him and get him to lock your butt up because she's over here talking crazy. You know. So I don't understand it. I don't care if your bill was 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. Your property is you. You know, and it brings you back a greater value than what you can spend on yourself. If you buy your fur coat, you can only wear that and get compliments. If you buy your car, you can only drive around and get where you're going. But when you spend your money on your property, you know, don't nobody pay rent in a car, not with you at the wheel. But when you spend the most on your property, that's the best output that you're going to get back. You know, you can rent it out. So these are some beautiful apartments. The south side of the building is 3 bedrooms. The north side of the building is 2 bedrooms. The size, they're bigger than condos, like I told you yesterday. You know, they're bigger than condos. I used to do some live-in CNA work in my early 20s. I've been places. You know, I've seen nice places. People pay a whole lot of money for them condos, and this place would have looked better if you kept it up. So to me, when I ask you to fix this, and that, you don't know what you got going on here. You fix it up right. You might get you some